Hello everyone, and welcome to this channel. In this video I will tell you all about NCL Viva. We're going to be taking a cruise in the Greek Isles and a couple of ports in Turkey. We will be visiting Athens, Thessaloniki, Izmir and Istanbul, Volos and Mykonos, as well as Santorini, Rhodes, Crete, and finally back to Athens. Traveling is like a good book. Each destination is a new chapter waiting to be explored. Conveniently, the video is divided into chapters. Each port is a chapter, so feel free to jump around. The best part about cruising is that you can be in multiple countries in just a few days. It's like the ultimate travel sampler platter. So why settle for just one destination when you can have it all? Taste it all, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We are traveling with NCL Viva, where luxury meets adventure on high seas. NCL Viva is a majestic vessel boasting whopping almost 150,000 tons, with rooms for over 3,000 guests, stretching grand 300 meters or so. This beauty set sail into the world in the year 2023 with crew of over 1,500 people. Now brace yourself for this one. The price tag for NCL Viva: 850 million US dollars, roughly the GDP of a small country like Samoa. Talk about making waves in the shipbuilding world. When it comes to dining on board, this is a floating paradise. Get ready for culinary journey like no other. Seafood lovers, Mexican food aficionados, Italian or Japanese cuisine enthusiasts, rejoice, with whopping 12 restaurants to choose from. And let's not forget about the watering holes on board, with 22 bars and lounges, each with unique vibe where party never stops. So sit back, relax, and let me transport you into the world of luxury, relaxation, and adventure. Bon voyage! Arrived to Athens 2 days in advance. We stayed in Grand Hyatt and took a cab to a port. It turned out to be cheaper than a bus transfer offered by NCL. Yes, NCL offers bus transfers directly to the port. Unless you're traveling alone, it makes no sense to book it with NCL, because for 2 passengers it is already cheaper to book a cab. And now all of the attention to Athens. Athens, a stunning capital of Greece, a bustling coastal city in the Mediterranean. It is the oldest and southernmost capital in Europe. With a population of over 3 million people, it is the 8th largest urban area in the EU. The city has a rich history dating back to 3,400 years. And it's known for its democracy, arts, education, and philosophy. There is certainly a lot to see, and the city is very easy to navigate and easy to get around, especially because there are options of hop-on, hop-off buses here. It was named after Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war. It played a significant role in shaping European civilization, including ancient Rome. Today, Athens is a metropolis serving as a hub for various aspects of Greek life. It is a major global city and an economic center in southeastern Europe. The city's rich history is still visible through its ancient monuments, including the iconic Parthenon. Alongside these, Athens also boasts Roman, Byzantine, and few Ottoman monuments, showcasing its diverse historical influences. The city's core has remained intact over the centuries, preserving its rich history. Notably, Athens is proud to house 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, namely the Acropolis of Athens and the medieval Daphne Monastery. So there's certainly a lot to see and experience in Athens, and I really hope you would enjoy the city. Once you're done sightseeing, then it's the time to check in to the magnificent getaway. But what I recommend always to do is to choose the earliest check-in time. That's usually between 9:30 and 11:30, depending on the port. Boarding was a blast. We chose the earliest available check-in time, which is always a tip from me to you guys. Go for the earliest time. In this particular case, it was 10:30 for us, and it took us less than 40 minutes to get to the cabin, which by far was the record time, so kudos to Viva. They did beautifully. And this time we splurged on a balcony cabin, and let me show you around. Imagine stepping out of your cozy retreat onto your very own private balcony. Ah, the bliss. Giving you the perfect spot to sip your morning coffee while soaking a stunning ocean view, which every day is different and at every point of the day varies, so certainly would never get bored with that. These cabins also come with some nice extras: upgraded furnishings, premium bedding, larger living spaces for extra comfort. So if you're dreaming of cruising in style with a lot of extra space, the balcony cabin might be for you. Our first night aboard of Viva, we opted to dine at Hudsons, one of the complimentary venues here on board. The restaurant impressed us with beautiful design and 270-degree views, thanks to its floor-to-ceiling windows, so the views were amazing. The decor was fresh and upscale, creating a pleasant and inviting atmosphere. The food was delicious, making for a delightful dining experience that set a great tone for the rest of our trip. Then we saw a music show and finished the evening with a drink. The next morning we were already in Thessaloniki, had a breakfast and a cup of coffee. As I've mentioned before, the complimentary coffee in NCL is not particularly good, so I had another much better cup of coffee in the port and was ready to discover the beautiful city. Thessaloniki is actually a fascinating city. The best part about it that it's very conveniently located, so you absolutely don't have to order anything with NCL because the port is pretty much in the downtown. So as you exit the port, on your right would be pretty much most of the sites, straight center. So it's quite easy to navigate, and there are only a few sites that you really want to see, in particular the White Tower that I will talk about in just a moment, and it would be to the right as you exit the port, so you can actually see it. So I wouldn't really feel that there is a need to order anything unless you have a particular interest in something farther away. So Thessaloniki is a fascinating city. The city was founded in 315. The most interesting part, by whom and named after whom. So it was founded by Cassander of Macedon, was named after his wife Thessalonica, and his wife was a daughter of Philip II of Macedon and the sister of Alexander the Great. That lasted nearly 5 centuries. Thessaloniki is a popular tourist destination in Greece. National Geographic magazine listed Thessaloniki as one of the top tourist destinations worldwide in 2013. Thessaloniki is situated on the Thermaic Gulf of the Aegean Sea and is a bustling Greek port city, with remnants of Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman civilizations scattered throughout. Anapoli is the upper town and particularly rich in the historical landmarks. Such landmarks include the famous White Tower. It's a significant monument and a museum located in the waterfront of Thessaloniki, a walking distance from the port. This iconic tower replaced the ancient Byzantine fortification that was reconstructed by the Ottoman Empire to strengthen the city's fortress after the capture in 1430. Throughout the Ottoman rule, the tower served as notorious prison and witnessed numerous mass executions, including many famous revolts during the Mahmud's II reign. In 1912, Greece took control of the city and the White Tower underwent significant renovation. Then it became the symbol of Thessaloniki, and obviously no longer a prison. Returning to the ship, hungry and tired, we made our way to Commodore room for dinner. This venue is another complimentary gem on the NCL Viva, offers delightful dining experience with elegant ambience and menu featuring variety of delicious options. The dinner was fantastic, each course better than the last, leaving us completely satisfied. After our meal, we decided to wrap up the evening with Michael Jackson show. The performance was held in Ship's Theatre and it was truly spectacular. The band did an outstanding job, not just playing the classical hits but also infusing their own creativity into the performance, so their tribute to the king of pop was fun and engaging to the audience from start to finish. Finally, we had a couple of drinks in the nearby bar and nothing else to wish for. The next day we had a lovely breakfast in another complimentary dining option on Viva. That's food fusion. You could have many different options for breakfast, which is really nice. We were already making our way to Izmir. We actually spent a lot of time in the top deck just enjoying arrival to this beautiful city. Izmir is a bustling metropolitan city located in the western coast of Anatolia and serves as the capital of Izmir province. It holds the title of being the third most populous city in Turkey, following Istanbul and Ankara. It is the largest urban area along the Aegean Sea. With over 3,000 years of recorded urban history and up to 8,500 years of human settlement since the Neolithic, Izmir certainly has a rich historical background. In ancient times, the city was known as Smyrna, the name that was used in English and other languages until around 1930s. When the original Greek name was gradually replaced by internationally recognized Turkish counterpart Izmir. Prior to 1923, population exchange between Greece and Turkey was really great, so Izmir had significant Greek population. Situated advantageously at the head of the Gulf along the western Anatolian coast, Izmir has been a key mercantile city in the Mediterranean Sea for much of its existence. What's great about the city, again, the port is very conveniently located. If you just want to see Izmir, you literally can walk to the downtown. It's about a kilometer away, so you don't really have to book anything with NCL in this case either. However, if you would like to enjoy beautiful Ephesus, which is more than an hour drive away, then of course I would recommend booking something with NCL. And here, let's see what we can see in beautiful Ephesus. Enjoying the video? Subscribe for more of such content. Ephesus is a historic city in western Turkey, is a testament to the grandeur of the past. Once thriving center of art, science, and religion, it offers visitors a captivating journey through time, and place truly is stunning. Probably the best ruins I've seen thus far. You cannot even call them ruins, you know, they're so magnificent, they don't even seem to be ruins-like. Of course, the key place here would be the Library of Celsus, the Great Theatre, and the Temple of Artemis. The Library of Celsus, with its intricate facade, represents Ephesus' intellectual significance. It's a beautiful building, very, very well preserved, and probably the highlight of the whole experience. The Great Theatre is quite impressive as well. It's one of the largest ancient theaters in the world, was a hub of performances, debates, contests, and capable of accommodating up to 25,000 spectators, so quite an impressive theater. Ephesus was a city of religious belief and scientific advancements. Housed famous Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the world, though only a few columns remain today, its historical and spiritual significance lingers, so you can sort of feel it in the air. Beyond religion, Ephesus, of course, was a center of intellectual pursuit, which we already witnessed with the library. So a few facts about the name, Ephesus. Legend has it that Ephesus was established by Prince Androclus, quite a name, in the 11th century BC. He sought guidance from Delphi oracles who prophesied that a boar and a fish would lead him to the new settlement that would be the best settlement of all, or something in the lines. While cooking fish, Fish jumped out and started a fire in the nearby bushes, from which a boar emerged. So this was the place where Ephesus was built. Another legend claims that Ephesus was founded by the Amazons, the city named after their queen, Aphasia. Really exhausted after a busy day. We wanted something simpler, easy going down to earth, so we went to the local bar and grill. It's on deck 8. Complimentary, menu-driven casual eats. Service is fast, more akin to a local New York diner with a menu of savory favorites. I really like them. Nice, quick service, good food. They also serve breakfasts. I do like them for breakfasts as well. Then we went to Observation Lounge, not to be missed, deck 17. Not a dining venue per se, but they do offer food almost throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, and in the afternoon they have snacks. Great place. Also have a bar that is relatively quiet, offers great variety of drinks. They could make you almost anything, and obviously the great views of the place. Then we went to the bar, finished the night with some live music and a drink, which was great. And the next day we were already in beautiful Istanbul. The hop on hop off bus has actually Galapa port stops. So once you leave the port, you will find right there the stop of hop off hop on bus. You'll buy a ticket and you're good. You're good to go for the whole day. You can check out Istanbul. So Istanbul is the largest city and the main seaport of Turkey, has a rich history. It has served as a capital for both Byzantine and Ottoman Empire, however is not a capital of Turkey. Situated in a triangular peninsula between Europe and Asia, Istanbul has played various roles throughout its existence. It has acted as a bridge connecting different cultures and religions for generations, while also serving as a barrier during the times of conflict. For over 2,500 years, Istanbul has been a highly sought-after city, still is today. During the Byzantine Empire, Istanbul was known as Constantinople, was a center of power and wealth. The city was adorned with magnificent churches, palaces, and monuments showcasing the empire's grandeur. The Hagia Sofia in particular, of course, is a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture and still stands as a symbol of Istanbul's rich history. In 1453, the Ottoman Empire, led by Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror, captured Constantinople and transformed it into the capital of their empire. Under Ottoman rule, Istanbul flourished as cultural, political, and economic center. The empire sultans built stunning mosques, including Blue Mosque and many others. Enjoying this video? Subscribe for more content. Hagia Sophia, absolutely a must visit, arguably the most interesting building in Istanbul, originally built in 6th century by Emperor Justinian I. Hagia Sophia showcased the power and wealth of the Byzantine Empire. Originally was built, of course, as a Christian church. It became the center of religious life in Constantinople. In 1453, however, it was converted to the mosque by Ottoman Empire. In 1935, it became a museum to bridge the gap between Islamic heritage and secular aspirations. However, recently in July 2020, the Turkish government turned it back into a mosque, sparking international debate and controversy. So what I loved about the place, it offers both indoor and outdoor sitting, so whatever suits you best. Plus they have super cool iPad driven ordering systems, sort of like in a restaurant. You order dishes and they come to you just by magic. And really great delicious options from Asian to American. There's some really good Thai options as well. The menu changes between lunches and dinners, and we are in the long-awaited port of Volos. Volos itself, there's absolutely nothing to see. What you're here for is the Meteor Monasteries. These are breathtaking. Those you absolutely want to see. Sadly, I don't have any good tips here in terms of saving the money because I actually booked with NCL myself because it's more than 2 hours away. It's a 2-hour drive, but it is so worth it. It was the most expensive excursion that we bought, I believe, but it was absolutely worth it. So Meteor Monasteries is a true wonder of Greece. Just a few kilometers northwest of Kalabaka, in our case irrelevant because we're going to be in Volos, so for us it would be 2.5 hours or so. There are magnificent rock rises on which over the centuries many monasteries were built. So name Meteora translate in suspended in the air, which is very much perfectly captures the essence of this extraordinary Greek Orthodox monasteries. Visiting Meteora is a truly once-in-a-lifetime experience. Its awe-inspiring landscape and Byzantine monasteries perched atop steep cliffs, well, even in the fairy tales, even if you high on something, you won't be able to see something or imagine something this beautiful. Currently, there's 6 monasteries that are active, a small number of monks and nuns that are residing there. Since 1988, Meteora monasteries were recognized by UNESCO World Heritage as a World Heritage Site. These monasteries were built between 14th and 16th century, showcased the monks' ingenuity and determination in seeking solitude and spiritual enlightenment in remote locations. Well, this is very much as remote as it gets. The feeling there, the air, the environment are absolutely amazing. Really, just by being there, it feels like you've meditated for weeks. That kind of sense of peace and tranquility you get just by being there. Each monastery has its own unique style and history. Depending on the excursion that you get, you normally visit 2 or 3. You cannot visit all of them because generally not all of them are open at the same time. So that's also the reason why you really want to do it when you're on a cruise, because they know which ones are open, just going there. Our tour was amazing. We were very happy, and it also included lunch and obviously return to the boat without fearing missing it. That night we ventured into Surfside Cafe, the main buffet restaurant on deck 17. That day it featured an Italian theme. Usually themes change every day, and mostly they coincide with the cuisine of the port of the day. After enjoying some drinks in different bars, we headed to Viva Theater, which turned into a nightclub after performance. The chairs disappeared, and voila, we were able to dance the night away at the Ocean Music Fest. That was a fun night. Waited port. We arrived there a bit later than to the other ports, so we had time for slow breakfast. I spent some time by the pool, and that's where we had the breakfast. Mykonos is simply stunning. With around 10,000 inhabitants, Mykonos is home to a vibrant town of Kora, and that's exactly where you are. Again, here you don't need to book anything with NCL. It's extremely straightforward. If you just want to spend time in Mykonos, and that's what you're seeing right now, you get a small boat that you order a day in advance with the reception. It's usually free. It gets you right there. You can walk around Mykonos and see everything by yourself. It's all a walking distance away. However, if you want to see a stunning Delos, again, you don't have to book anything with NCL because there are local providers right there. As you step out of the boat, you will see the local tourist agents that would be selling you trips to Delos. And about Delos, I will tell you more in just a moment. So Kora is known for narrow streets, whitewashed buildings, and windmills. It attracts visitors from all over the world. Island is nicknamed as the Island of the Winds, naturally because it is fairly windy here. Strolling through Kora is a delightful experience with many vibrant blooming flowers. The town's layout is intentionally designed to captivate visitors with surprise on every turn. Kora is also home to historical landmark and cultural sites such as windmills. The island itself has rich history, has been inhabited since the ancient times, and served as trading and transit hub, especially for the nearby island of Delos. Speaking of Delos, Delos is a captivating Greek island that is just short a boat ride away from Mykonos. Absolute must-see for anyone who wants to understand a little bit more about the history of Greece. It is UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the Greece's most significant archaeological sites, renowned for its well-preserved ruins and fascinating history. Delos was once a religious and commercial center of ancient Greece. As you wander through the ruins, you will encounter impressive structures and monuments that narrate the Delos past. The Terrace of the Lions, the row of iconic marble lion statues, stand there as a symbol of island's former grandeur and were there for protection purposes. The House of Dionysus, adorned with stunning mosaics, provide a glimpse into lavish lifestyle of ancient inhabitants. The Temple of Apollo, dedicated to Greek god of music and prophecy, is a majestic site that highlights the island's religious significance. So this is actually the boat that took us to Delos. It was perfectly proper boat, perfectly safe. It took us there, and they gave us 3 or 4 hours, and then in the time that we agreed on, we had to go back, and then the boat took us back to Mykonos. Extremely easy. For more useful tips on how to make the most out of your cruise experience, check out my top 10 tips for cruising. It will be down in the description and here on the screen. And just to be sure that you understood everything, so let's take a look here. Right now we have sort of a view from afar. So the boat with NCL will take you roughly here. And this is Kora, like this is the main point. You could see right there the windmills. Very picturesque site, certainly worth walking there, and that's roughly 15 minutes walk. And right there you could buy tickets to Delos. It's that simple. The rest of the day was absolute dream. We lounged around an infinity pool on deck 8, Ocean Boulevard. Picture this, shimmering pool that seems to blend seamlessly with the horizon, comfort of loungers, and gentle sea breeze that feels like warm embrace. Closer to the evening, we made our way to Palomar, the seafood restaurant that everyone has been raving about. And let me tell you, it lived up to every bit of the hype. The ambience was upscale yet inviting, setting the perfect stage for unforgettable dining experience. From the moment we sat down, the service was impeccable. The staff was attentive without being intrusive. They made us feel like VIPs. Now let's talk about the food. Each dish is a work of art, both in presentation and taste. The menu offered a delightful array of choices. You could either order a la carte, or you could use one of your specialty dining. This was our specialty dining choice. It's the only one we had because we only had free at sea. When you buy free at sea package, you would have one specialty dining included. Tips are not included, so please keep that in mind when you're buying free at sea because tips are really, really expensive. So make sure that you speak to your consultant and ask what exactly is included so you don't pay for something you don't understand, which does happen quite a lot. The night's grand event was the much anticipated Beetlejuice show on the Viva. Yes, you heard right, Beetlejuice, the iconic movie we all know and love, or hopefully all do. If we don't, go ahead and check it out. Brought to life on stage, and let me tell you, it's not just a great show, it's a spectacular one that got 8 Tony nominations back in 2019. The Broadway masterminds behind this production did an outstanding job transforming this quirky, spooky movie into a musical extravaganza. And here's the kicker, it's absolutely hilarious. We were laughing our heads off, no pun intended. Trust me, we loved every minute of it. I hope you would too. Long-awaited port for many of you, for me certainly it was. Santorini is known as Thera, classic Greek Thera, stunning island in the southern Aegean Sea. It is the largest island in the small circular archipelago formed from a caldera. Santorini is famous for the Minoan eruption, one of the biggest volcanic eruptions in history. Today it is the most active volcanic center in the South Aegean. The name Santorini was given in the 13th century and was derived from the name of an old church. But the most interesting place here would be Oia. Oia, also known as Ya, a charming village in Greece's South Aegean region. Again, here you don't need to book anything with NCL, as once you step out of the boat, you would be provided with plenty of offers by local tourist agents to go to Oia. You would take a boat, and then they would give you 3 or 4 hours in Oia, and then you can take a bus back, and then cable car down. It's actually really, really simple, and it would cost you the fraction of the price of what NCL would charge you. So I've done it twice, and it was perfectly fine. Oia exudes timeless charm. Perched on a cliff, offers stunning views on the Aegean Sea and neighboring volcanic islands. Famous for its mesmerizing sunsets, certainly worth seeing. I had coffee and a cake and had an amazing view, and I spent 40 minutes there just sitting there marveling at the sun and the view. Oia is famous for its traditional architecture that seamlessly blends in the natural surroundings, predominantly white and blue colors. The village is a haven for art lovers and galleries showcasing local art. Oia also boasts a vibrant culinary scene with numerous restaurants serving delicious Greek cuisine. Adventure seekers, and if you have time, if you want to stay in Oia longer, of course there are hiking trails and boat trips and whatnot. For the time that you have of a few hours, at least you can really experience the feel of the place within the village itself. The rest of the day was a delightful escape. We lounged by the main pool area of Viva on deck 17, soaking in the sun and the good vibes. As evening fell, we indulged at food fusion, eating like there's no tomorrow. My top picks: the baked pineapples with cinnamon and crab tapas, to die for, worth every inch of the waistline, they might add. The day was perfect blend of relaxation, stunning views, and unforgettable flavors. And the next day we were in Rhodes, which was wonderful. Had a slow breakfast and a much better cup of coffee and a cake in Rhodes itself, ready to explore the island. We are in Rhodes, a wonderfully beautiful island in Greece. Here you don't need to book anything with NCL. The old town is literally 15 minutes a walk away from the port, so feel free to do everything on your own. It's very easy to navigate. There's an old town, there are a couple of things to see, but they're all right there. I'll tell you a lot more in just a moment. So Rhodes is the main city on the island of Rhodes, is a captivating place in southeastern Greece. It was once a thriving maritime city and a trading hub known as Colossus of Rhodes. Today Rhodes continues to impress with its Gothic and Ottoman architecture, especially the medieval Old Town, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Rhodes offers vibrant atmosphere of bustling markets, charming cafes, and very lively nightlife. Today, Rhodes continues to captivate visitors with its rich history and architectural wonders. And of course, Castello. Castello is known as the Palace of Grand Master of the Knights of Rhodes, is a medieval castle in Rhodes. Built in 14th century, it served as a stronghold and residence for the Grand Master. The castle showcases Gothic architecture with stone walls, turrets, and intricate details. Inside, visitors can explore lavish halls filled with historical artifacts and opulent furnishings. The Great Hall in particular is very, very pretty. We kicked off the evening with some much needed relaxation at the lounge on deck 17, my personal favorite spot on the Viva. It's like lounging in paradise, perfect for unwinding, people watching, food indulging, drinking, or simply reading, which is a lot of what I did. Then we dined like royalty at Hudsons. The food was amazing. But I couldn't help but to wish for a little live music or some entertainment to spice things up. I mean, a great meal is always better with the side of ambience, isn't it? We wrapped up the evening with an absolutely killer concert at Sid Norman's Poorhouse. Not to be missed. Love, love, love this pub. The band performed their version of Fleetwood Mac's legendary album Rumours. And let me tell you, they channeled all the drama and the heartbreak of the original. It felt like we were witnessing the band's own breakup saga unfold in real time.
Start to finish. It's an album of love and betrayal, hopes and dreams, part rock and roll soap opera. You can call it from love a lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your holy.
The music was electrifying and the raw emotion was palpable. Definitely a night to remember. Finally, a few drinks at a sunset were the cherry on top. Crete is Greece's largest, most populated island. Historically, Crete, of course, was the center of Europe's first advanced civilization, the Minoans, from 2700 to 1420 BC. It was later conquered by Mycenaean civilization from mainland Greece. Overall, the Minoan civilization thrived here from 3000 to 1100 BCE. It was named after Minos, a ruler that is mentioned in Greek legends. The Minoans reached their peak around 1600 BCE. They were known for their impressive cities, trade, and the use of writing. Their art featured intricate pottery and stunning frescoes depicting circular and religious scenes. The particularly common motifs were of the snake and the bull. The bull leaping had religious significance. Minoan civilization also influenced the later Mycenaean culture that emerged around 1500 BCE. Throughout its history, Crete has been ruled by various powers, including Rome, Byzantine empires, Arabs, Venetians, Ottomans, you name them, they've probably been there. In 1898, Crete gained independence from Ottomans and officially became part of Greece in December 1913. In between that time period, Crete was an independent country of its own. The island is predominantly mountainous, with prominent mountain range stretching from west to east, making it a very, very beautiful place for both beach holidays and hiking. In this particular case, we booked the excursions with NCL because I was concerned of not being able to make it there as I really wanted to see the remnants of Minoan Civilization, so we didn't risk it. Returning to the ship, we got into relaxation mode. Headed straight for the main pool where sun was shining, the water was inviting. The jacuzzis perched perfectly for panoramic vistas. Felt like luxurious bubble bath with a front row seat to paradise. It was the ideal spot to unwind and let the day's adventures melt away. Later turned our snack time into an impromptu picnic by the pool. Later, much later, took a few thrilling rides down the water slides. As evening approached, we made our way to Commodore for dining. That's another complimentary dining option. The seafood was great. Every bite a testament to culinary excellence. The atmosphere was elegant yet relaxed. The grand finale of our day was the show Icons. This spectacular performance paid tribute to music legends like Elton John and Lady Gaga with 6 incredible singers. The energy was electric, the costumes were dazzling, and the vocals were nothing short of impressive. Each performer brought their unique flair, and together they created a tribute that was both heartfelt and exhilarating. The show was sensory feast with lights, sounds, emotions all blending together in perfect harmony. As we left the theater, still humming the tunes from the show, we couldn't help but feel grateful for such an amazing day. And back to Athens. Now the wonderful journey is over and we are ready to fly back home. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. We'd be happy to help. Hope you would have a great holidays and see you soon.